There is a specific kind of exhaustion that doesn't come from working too hard or sleeping too little. It comes from spending years, sometimes decades, carefully managing how you are perceived. Choosing your words to avoid conflict. Shrinking in rooms where you should be taking up space. Saying yes when every cell in your body is saying no. Editing yourself constantly to remain acceptable to people whose approval you were never actually meant to need. If you know that exhaustion, and I think you do, or you wouldn't be here, then what I'm about to share is specifically for you, because your birth chart has always known this moment was coming. The moment you stop. The moment you put down the performance. The moment you choose yourself. Not dramatically, not angrily, but with a quiet, unshakable certainty that changes everything. Astrology calls this one of the most powerful transits a woman can experience. And once you understand what's happening in your chart when it arrives, you'll never go back. Where approval-seeking lives in the birth chart? Let's talk about where this pattern actually lives in your chart, because it's not just one placement, it's a constellation of them. And understanding which ones are most active for you personally is what makes the difference between intellectually knowing you need to stop seeking approval and actually, finally, stopping. The first place astrologers look is the moon. Your moon sign reveals your deepest emotional needs. And for many women, one of those needs is the need to be emotionally safe in the eyes of others. When the moon is in certain signs or makes specific aspects, the nervous system is wired to read disapproval as genuine danger. Not metaphorical danger, cellular danger. The body responds to someone's disappointment the way it would respond to a physical threat. And so you manage it. Constantly, exhaustingly. The second placement is Venus. Venus rules how you value yourself. And crucially, whether that value comes from within or whether it requires external confirmation. A Venus in certain positions will spend a lifetime looking outward for the signal that she is enough. And the third, the one that governs the deepest layer of this pattern, is the South Node. Your South Node represents the patterns your soul has been living for a very long time. The deeply familiar grooves of behavior that feel like home, even when home is a place that no longer fits. For many women, the South Node carries lifetimes of being valued for their service, their compliance, their ability to make others comfortable. And the North Node, your soul's direction in this lifetime, is pointing somewhere completely different. Toward authenticity, toward self-authorship, toward the terrifying, liberating act of being fully yourself, regardless of whether it is received well. Your chart has always known this was the work. The question is whether you're ready. What the chart says by sign. Let's look at how approval-seeking shows up for each sign, and what your chart says happens when you finally release it. Aries. Aries women seek approval through achievement and dominance, constantly proving they are the strongest, the fastest, the most capable. Stopping looks like this: choosing rest without guilt, choosing softness without shame, discovering that their power was never in the proving. Taurus. Taurus women seek approval through reliability, being the one who never disappoints, never cancels, never asks for too much. Stopping looks like this: saying no for the first time without explaining why, discovering that the relationships that survived their boundaries were the only ones worth keeping. Gemini. Gemini women seek approval through being endlessly interesting, useful and entertaining, filling every silence, adapting to every room. Stopping looks like this: allowing a pause, allowing boredom, discovering there is a self beneath the performance that is quieter and more interesting than anything she was performing. Cancer. Cancer women seek approval through devotion, making themselves indispensable to the people they love. Stopping looks like this: letting someone else carry the weight for once, discovering that being needed and being loved are not the same thing, and that she deserves the second without performing the first. Leo women seek approval through being seen, the performance, the generosity, the light. What they rarely show is what they look like in the dark. Stopping looks like this: being witnessed in an ordinary moment, undramatic, unperforming, and discovering that this, just this, is more than enough. Virgo. Virgo women seek approval through usefulness. If I am helpful enough, Needed enough, correct enough, I will be safe. Stopping looks like this: making a mistake and not apologizing for it immediately. Discovering that her value was never contingent on her accuracy. Libra. Libra women seek approval through harmony, smoothing every conflict, being beautiful, being balanced, being easy to love. Stopping looks like this: saying something true that isn't easy. Discovering that the relationships strong enough to hold her real opinions were the ones she was looking for all along. Scorpio. Scorpio women seek approval in a way almost no one suspects, through control. If I manage everything around me, no one can disapprove of what they cannot see. Stopping looks like this: being witnessed in her full intensity without managing it, discovering that her power doesn't need to be hidden to be safe. Sagittarius. Sagittarius women seek approval through being the free one, the adventurous one, the one who doesn't need anyone. The performance of independence as a way of never being rejected. Stopping looks like this: admitting she needs something. Discovering that needing doesn't make her less free. It makes her more human. Capricorn. Capricorn women seek approval through achievement, the career, the competence, the unassailable track record. Stopping looks like this: choosing an afternoon that produces nothing. Discovering that she is not what she has built. She's the one who built it, and she exists beautifully outside of it. Aquarius. Aquarius women seek approval through being the unconventional one, the one who doesn't care what anyone thinks. But performing not caring is still a performance. Stopping looks like this: caring openly about something small and personal. Discovering that her authenticity was always more radical than her rebellion. Pisces. Pisces women seek approval through self-erasure, dissolving into what others need, becoming whatever the room requires. Stopping looks like this: taking up space, having a preference, saying I want this without immediately softening it. Discovering that her presence, distinct, specific, unmistakably hers, is not an intrusion. It is a gift. Here's what I want you to sit with for a moment. Everything we've talked about today, the moon wound, the Venus pattern, the South Node groove, these are not character flaws. They are not evidence that you are broken or weak or somehow behind where you should be. They are patterns written into your chart at birth, shaped by everything that came after. And they served you once. They kept you safe in environments where being yourself was genuinely risky. You learned to seek approval because at some point, approval meant survival. But you are not that girl anymore. And the woman you are becoming, the one your North Node has been pointing toward this entire time, she doesn't need the approval. Not because she has stopped caring about people, but because she has finally started caring about herself with the same devotion she has always given everyone else. That shift from seeking to knowing is what your chart calls your greatest transit. And it doesn't happen all at once. It happens in moments, like this one, which is why I want to tell you about moon reading. Because knowing which specific placements are driving your approval pattern, your exact moon wound, your personal Venus signature, where your North Node is pulling you, that requires a reading built specifically around you. Not your sun sign, U.Moon reading gives you that. A free, deeply personal reading based on your exact birth date that explores the emotional architecture underneath your patterns, the specific wounds, the specific gifts, and the specific direction your soul is moving in right now. Women describe reading it and finally having language for something they've been living for 30, 40 years without being able to name. That seeing it is where everything starts to change because you cannot release what you cannot see. And you cannot become who you were born to be while you're still performing who you were taught to be. The link is in the description and pinned in the comments. It's completely free. It takes 2 minutes. And what you receive is not a generic description of your sun sign. It is a personalized reading built around your exact birth date, exploring your emotional patterns, your relationship with approval and worthiness, and what your chart says about the woman you are becoming. If today's video opened something in you, and I think it did, or you wouldn't still be here, don't let that opening close. Click the link. Get your reading. See yourself clearly, because the woman your chart has always known you. Could be, she's not waiting for anyone's approval to arrive. She never was. There is a version of you that has been waiting, patiently, persistently, with extraordinary grace, for you to stop asking if she is allowed to exist. She is. She always has been. Your chart knew it before you did, and now, maybe, so do you. Drop your sign in the comments. And if you're willing, tell me one thing you have been waiting for permission to do, to say, or to become.